Hello and welcome to another scene set in Edessa, the Dark Crusade. What a wonderful city. In this scene, there is an introduction to be made to the prince, hospitality to be paid, a tradition to be kept. Fortunately, it is a wonderful time to catch the prince, as it is Elysium, and he does even such an unearthly, godly figure as himself mingles with the commoners. For now, however, he is retreated to his office within Elysium, looking very much like a foreign dignitary's office, where two La Sombra have arranged to pay their respect to the prince. A sire to introduce her child. As they walk up the stairs of Elysium towards this office, on the right side of this grand building, you can see a couple of Cainites, one of which you recognize as Lady Katerina gossiping with the then true Andrea Ardelian, speaking of recent events. And then they spot you, and they seem to shift their conversation a little bit. Lady Katerina gives you a cute little wave. Andrea, for her part, gives you some degree of minimal respect, more to Celine. And as you pass them, you find your way at the door to the office with a couple of literally a couple of chairs, almost as if it's outside of a principal's office, where one can sit and chat and socialize while they wait for the prince's attention. But it only takes a momentary wait as the retainer on station enters and then leaves, and then permits you entry.
Yeah, Celine will walk in first, obviously, with Ariane following slowly behind, Very calm demeanor from Celine.
Irene is doing her best to also look as calm and totally not out of place as her sire.
How sarcastic?
No. No, she is honestly trying to come across as poised and calm and well-mannered as any of the Ancilla that she's seen so far. Of course, her wide open eyes will betray her.
You're currently suffering from nightmares, correct?
Yes. Yes, I failed my roll. I didn't botch it, but I failed.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's just he is such an ancient and powerful being. It's almost reminiscent in some way. What about Selena? Celine.
Well, she's calm enough for meeting a fucking prince, really, when you think about it. She's, again, making sure she herself looks presentable and will move slowly and sit down gracefully if there's any chairs, and we'll just have a very professional look about her, This is a prince, after all, and high nobility must be treated as such.
As you enter, you enter what appears to be almost looks a bit like it's a very literally a very royal looking room. It looks like a foreign dignitary's office at the palace. In fact, it's almost certainly as if it were built built to be one, or built to act as one. And the prince just sits there with that curious gaze, as seen as overlay, just looking at you, waiting for you to introduce yourself.
Well, Celine will take 1, 2, 3 steps forward and then will bow deeply, professionally. My prince, Lady Celine Alexandress, Ancilla of Clan Sombra, child of Arcantos of Thebes, I humbly present myself to you to introduce my child to you in this city.
One of our coalition. It is good to see your numbers swell. And he looks over toward Irene, as he says, "And what of yourself, my little darkling?"
Irene will take 2 steps forward so that she's exactly a step behind her sire. Will curtsy basically to as deep as the floor. As she does so, she kind of twists her hips in a way that makes her skirts kind of flourish in a half circle around her as she kneels down. Greetings, Prince of Edessa. To your glory I present myself, Lady Irene Argelius, daughter of Lady Celine Alexandris, daughter of Lord Arcantus of Thebes, fledgling of Clan Sombra. It's an honor to be in your presence.
A fledgling. Good to see one such as yourself act so proper. You have trained your child well in so far, Celine.
She'll smile very graciously. I do my best, my prince. She is the most receptive student.
As I see. But if I may ask, why so soon?
She demonstrated the desire, the will, and the courage to do what was necessary. The perfect example of qualities of La Sombra in my mind. My prince.
Interesting. So it was of your child's volition.
I gave her the chance, and she proved more than deserving. And she'll smile, and she will kind of shoot the smile sideways at Irene as well.
She does not see it. She's still kneeling down on the floor, looking at the floor.
Oh, see. Good, good.
Good.
Promising. I do hear that your child has handled herself well so far.
She has demonstrated quite the familiarity with our Elysiums, and I am most impressed with her actions. My lord, prince.
Quite bold to introduce oneself to so soon from the both of you. Even going as so far to volunteer to deal with our little domain problem we've had ever so recently.
We believe in presenting ourselves in the city and aiding it in whatever way we can to show that we are true citizens, new citizens of this city. And she'll smile and tip her head.
That does warm this old heart to hear that there are still pillars of this community willing to put the city ahead of themselves. Tell me, Irene, have you found any allies to aid you on your grand quest so far?
She looks up briefly, definitely not meeting his gaze, but just looking up.
Yeah, he's staring straight at you, looming down on you like a colossus.
Yeah, it's just a short glance, and then she lowers her gaze down to the floor immediately again. I have spoken to a couple of neonates of the city, and I have found one or two that I think would be able to help. However, I find it difficult to fully grasp one's personality from one conversation only.
Should you succeed in your task and inspire your younger brethren, the court will see much favor placed upon you and your sire. We hope that you do not disappoint.
Disappointment, my prince, is not something I wish to bestow upon my sire or my clan. This is why I am probably so careful selecting people to accompany me on this mission.
However, do you intend to persuade them?
My prince, if their hearts are as true to the city, to their clans, and to you as mine is, I doubt much persuasion would be necessary.
Perhaps. But can you change the nature of their hearts to suit the goal? And as you see this, you see he twists his wrist as facing upwards, almost like he's holding. It's almost like he's holding some sort of visible object. And as he does that, you feel that cold breeze you felt before. There are many ways to see into the soul and suit it to one's desire. Could you mend a fractured dream? Will you?
I will do whatever is necessary to perform these tasks. However, I feel if one is not truly invested in the city, it is better not to ask them to come along. For I believe that a heart is difficult to move once it's set in its ways. And even if moved, it will always be fickle.
Your honesty does you a degree of credit, yes. The hearts of man and Cain are fickle. Yes. Alas, that is our goal, not a dream, to bring all under one banner. Such is why it is called the dream. The enormity of the task is very real indeed. I would ask that you do not let the fickle nature of man or Cain's get dissuade you from your goals. Otherwise, you shall fall and lie forever in mediocrity. And that is not something I believe myself or my sire would wish upon you or anyone. God judges those favorably who dare to dream.
Oh God, you're saying this. Oh. I'm gonna need to make a roll.
Roll it for me. What is it?
I will roll subterfuge to just like not twitch when we're talking about dreams after she just failed her nightmares.
Okay, I'm gonna roll this guy's literal 12 dice.
Jesus fuck. What dice roller are you in?
This, let's see. Dice roller 2.
Okay.
Yeah, don't roll. Don't roll.
It's that bad? I don't see it yet. Oh
2
God.
times 9, 6, 8, 8, 7, 7.
Jesus fuck.
So he gets 10 successes? 10?
Yeah, she has two. So, she he can see that she's trying to remain calm and that she's trying to remain well, you know, silent as he speaks of dreams, but there is a definite, at least for him, definite visible shiver going down her spine, a chill that, like, if she were
He sees
mortal,
everything.
would have goosebumps on her arms, and yeah, but she'll listen carefully and think about his words.
Fucking God.
It's your words show the wisdom that your years have given you. I only wish at some point that I will be worthy of these things you speak of.
The first step is always hope, young neonate. I will watch with anticipation to see how your next steps carry you. I welcome you into my city.
Thank you, my prince.
What of you, Celine Alexandris?
She'll dip her head upwards, finally being acknowledged. I wish to serve the city and this court in any way I can, my prince. A merchant's trade applies into many areas, and I am quite skilled in these areas. Whatever the court needs, I always provide.
A succinct and safe answer. He appears somewhat it's what you would call amused approval, because he seems to see your statement as entertaining for its suitable vagueness, but also recognize it for what it is, as an endorsement.
It's just the right amount of mix of endorsement and fake, yeah. So he's just smiling at it, yeah. She will smile, but still looking at the ground.
Then, as a merchant, I would encourage you to do business with as many clans as you can. While there are only 3 within our humble triumvirate, all of them provide in their own unique way.
I shall
And there
adhere
is
to your
much to
wisdom.
learn.
Adhere to your wisdom as much as I can, my prince. And she will dip her head in acknowledgement.
Well then. I do hope you continue to enjoy Elysium. You come at a fortuitous time. 'Tis been a full year since we held the last.
It is such a beautiful Elysium, my prince. We will definitely bask in its glory. And she will smile quite very genuinely because it is fucking incredible looking, you know?
It really is. ST arrogance. Well, please do not let this humble old man keep you any longer. I'm sure you have much to delve into in your new environment. Will I ask in return?
And
Miss,
she will
that you are-
bow all the way down to the floor.
All I ask is that you uphold its laws and keep it in accord. Is there anything else you wish to bring to my attention?
Not at the moment, my prince. And she'll smile. And she kind of, keeping bowed, you know what I mean? Waiting to be acknowledged to leave, you know?
Mm-hmm. Then you may be excused. Enjoy your evening, and may the dream bless you still.
And to you as well, my prince. And will bow very deeply and will back away, not turning her back to the prince at all until she reaches the door, basically.
Yeah, as he says those parting words, he simply pays one last look towards the trembling neonate fledgling.
Who will also bow, following her sire. as well, not turning her back. But as she comes to the door, she'll, before exiting, will bow again. May your reign last until the world falls to the shadows. And she'll be out.
And I think on Irene's parting comment, we shall end the scene there. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And may we see you next time in a fully operational crusade.